Hey, perfect spirit. I'm Sam Shelley, and they call me the Miracle Man. Now, let's create a miracle in your life right here, right now. There is no time to delay. So, if you're new to my channel, welcome. I talk about getting rid of that anxiety, the stress, all that stuff that's weighing us down. That's all the head trash, all that heaviness is head trash. So, like and subscribe to this channel. Keep up with my daily videos that I do. Short, quick videos just to really help you tap into who you really are. We think we're, this identity, and we're not. We're greater than that. We are perfect spirit. That's the superhero within us. So, how do we tap into this superhero when we're facing a difficult situation, a difficult challenge, and the mind goes into overdrive? Like, how do I handle this? How do I move through this? And all those stories associated with that, that we have to realize that you are perfect spirit and that all things are possible. But once again, it's an intellectual activity. It's really, how do you know without a doubt how to move through this situation, what you're experiencing? We just have to remember that the point of power is always in this present moment. And I really like that comes from Seth, the channel of Seth back in the 70s, where he talked about the point of power. The point of power is the present moment. We are powerful when we are here. We are disempowered when we live up here. So how do we get ourselves into, this moment? And we want to learn how to get into this moment before a crisis hits, before that difficult situation. Because when you're in the midst of chaos, that's when it's the most hardest, the most difficult challenge to become present. So it's about learning to touch something, to get yourself here into this moment. Where are your feet? Where are your hands? What are you touching? Because we need to remember and realize we can be there up in here in the mental stories, the memories, the situation, the perception of the situation, or we can be here, the universal perspective, here in the present moment, stepping back and realizing that nothing happens by mistake. Everything has a reason, a purpose. Even if the mind doesn't understand that there's a reason behind this, I may never know the reason, may never understand, but it's happening for my benefit. And this is a big shift to see that nothing happens to you, it happens for your benefit. Every experience is helping you remember who you are, that you're having this experience on purpose. It's intentional. Even when it seems disastrous, you're having this experience. And it's not a mistake that you're having this experience. It's for your greater good to realize that you are perfect spirit, that the person who may be going through that situation is perfect spirit. If you're a witness to this, like a friend, a loved one, facing maybe a health challenge, a financial challenge, whatever it may be, you could be witnessing a colleague, a friend, a family member having that challenge. And you're here to witness that as well, because that's there for your learning. They may be learning it directly, but you can learn by observing, learning how perfect spirit moves through this. And the best way to help them is to help them become present, that they're lost in their stories. And you don't want to get lost in their stories. Because if two people are lost in the same stories, that story amplifies, becomes more powerful. So it's really about stepping back and seeing, all right, I can see that they're going through this situation, or maybe I'm going through that situation. How do I get them present without telling them to be present? So you get them to ask, I'll pick up this mouse, hold this pen. And they may have no idea what you're doing. You just want to get them into this moment by engaging their senses. Because once again, with remember, we're either up in a story, whatever the situation is, or we're here. And when we're here, we're present. So we're aware of, take this pen. You just broke that story for a moment. So now you're holding the pen, and maybe the mind can come back into the story. Then it's something else and something else. So I had a friend that I was taking down to a medical appointment in Philadelphia. So we were on the subway. I just knew she was going to a panic attack, future guessing what was going to happen at the doctor's office. So I just engaged her, asked her questions. What do you see over there? What's that all about? What's this middle pole feel like? And just getting her to come back into this moment. But it's usually, asking questions. Oh, look at that. If you're in the subway, oh, look at that. What kind of car is that we're passing by? Oh, I like their shoes they're wearing over there. Do you know what shoes they are? And getting to notice their surroundings. Because if you tell a person, hey, you're in a panic attack, let's get you back into this moment, they might not understand that and may reinforce that they are in a panic attack or anxiety or stress. But if someone is there, then you can guide them back to the present moment. And if you're self-aware that you're going into stress, panic, you can watch a video to get you back into your center. You can do things to remind you who you are. And that's the whole point of this channel, to help you remember who you are and not these stories. You're not the story, you're the present observer of the story, or the spiritual being that's aware of the story. So before the situation hits, just learn to bring yourself back into this moment and learn what works for you. Is it dancing? Is it painting? Is it people watching? For me, I like to people watch. Just observing people. What are they doing? Why are they doing that? Are they really here when they're doing that? Are they lost? Are they reactionary? Because I just find people fascinating, how they get into these reactive modes, sort of like robots in a way. Do this, do that, do this. Chasing the mind, not knowing how to step back from that mind. Not judging them, not criticizing, just realizing that's where they are right now in this reactionary pattern. But it doesn't have to be this way, that we can always ground and root ourselves back into this moment. It's just really, really simple. The mind wants complexity, but it is simple to get back into this moment. Hold the pen. What's the weight? What's it feel like? If you can see through the pen, how much ink is remaining? What's this thing, rubber thing? Is it soft? Does it really add padding? How does it change the feel of the plastic? Like you can just be with the pen for a minute or two and notice all the different qualities, the strength of the spring, the sound it makes. You can just go. It can be your present moment tool if that's all you have. And the mouse has even more things to play with, to experience. And even something as simple as a napkin or a tissue. Notice how it floats in the wind. Is there any breeze in the room? You can just do it. How does the napkin drop and fall? And just all sorts of little tactics you can do. The mind can either be lost or come back home. And we want to get the mind back to home as much as possible. Much as possible. Because that's where all your power is, right here, right now. The point of power is always in the present moment. It's not up in here in the mind trying to force it and demand its way. It's always right here in the heart. Well, take good care of yourself. I'm going to head off for now. And let me know if there's anything you want me to talk about. And if you're watching this, it's kind of last minute, but tonight is a healing circle. There's going to be a link in the description below, and it's all donation based. And I really want to help you shift from the mind to the heart. And we do this in a live event where I get this out of the way and I just channel perfect spirit. And we set our intentions and we see where we go. It's a different experience every time. And just see how it experiences you, how it changes you, what kind of experience you can have. All right, well, take good care. Bye for now.